Optimus Magnum.
What's good, everyone? My name is Tony, otherwise known as Optimus Magnum, and welcome to another discussion video. But today we are trying something different, and that's me not being on camera. I know it's a little crazy, but I'm very sorry that I am not showing off my beautiful face. But my man cave is a mess this week as we have some service work being done all over my home, and a bunch of stuff from my family room is kind of stuffed in my game room. It's like a American Ninja Warrior obstacle course up in here. Trying to get to my desk deserves a huge money prize, basically. I'm hoping my wife hands me money or one of those huge checks that they give people on the Ellen show. Alright, enough joking around. We have some serious matters and issues to talk about today. So first and foremost, I want to thank you, my awesome viewers, for taking the time out of your day to watch my video, and I appreciate the time spent on my channel. With that said, if you like this content and these kinds of videos, please feel free to drop a like, as it tells YouTube that you think I'm awesome and that YouTube should tell the world about my awesomeness. Now, if you really love the videos and want to see more of them, please feel free to subscribe, as it costs you absolutely nothing and it tells YouTube that, hey, this guy is going places. I mean, that place might be my mom's house to grade her fridge for some delicious Spanish cuisine, or I could be headed towards YouTube content creator heaven. Who knows? Only time will tell. And I'm excited to grow with all of you. Okay, enough of my rambling and on to the topic today. So sealed games are the craze right now. All the cool kids have them, all the cool kids want them. Ever since the news dropped about sealed games selling for outrageous dollar amounts, everyone and their mothers have been out looking for sealed games. I'm not even kidding. I've never seen so many old people in my life out hunting for games or selling Corvette on PS2 sealed for $100. As a seller on Whatnot, even I have seen people purposely put the absolute worst games up for sale, but then they say, they're sealed, y'all, so enthusiastically to try to entice people to buy them. Nothing against those sellers, because I get it, you got to make that money. But did anyone ever stop and think why this person would sell you that sealed game and why they just didn't send it to get it graded themselves? I mean, come on, people. With that being said, sealed games, as stated, have become the center of collecting, reselling, and most YouTube videos now. And for now, it's here to stay. And we can make a whole video about sealed versus CIB games and my thought on the whole thing, but that will have to wait for another day. You see, I have a gripe with Gamestop, and I usually don't like to make these kinds of rants, but this case of blatant stupidity, I would just have to get this off my chest so that you guys are aware of this practice too, and I can go to sleep better at night. But first, I'd like to talk to you about Whatnot. Full disclosure, this video is not sponsored by Whatnot, but as a seller, I wanted to make sure that you all know that I sell on there. By now, all of you should know where Whatnot is, but just in case you were abducted by aliens and you've been zipping across the galaxy in their cool spaceship the last year or two, then let me quickly explain. Whatnot is a live auction selling app where you can bid on and buy items in real time. Think of it as eBay meets Instagram Live. It's such a great community of buyers and sellers, and their auctions are amazing. Now, I'm a buyer and a seller on there, and I can tell you it is so much fun just chatting in there while buying or just hanging out watching auctions, talking in the chat. They've integrated a giveaway button now, and you can win items without even buying anything. So cool. It's also just as fun while selling, as a chat always gets me fired up in there. It's just such an awesome community to be a part of. If you haven't signed up for Whatnot and you would like to, please feel free to use my link to join, and you will receive $10 to spend, and so will I when you buy. That link will be in the description and also displayed here. Now let's get to my rant video. So let's talk about GameStop. First and foremost, let me just say that I in no way plan on not shopping at GameStop anymore. It's not really a place I go to often, but occasionally I go when there are deals, and that will not stop. I'm just mad about something that happened to me the other day there, and I want to make people aware of this practice and how I think it's a bad policy and way out of touch of what's going on in the gaming world. So get to the point, Optimus. I can hear you guys screaming that right now at your monitors, so let's roll into it. Okay, I walked into GameStop the other day because they are having a buy 2 games get 1 free event on games $19.99 and below. So I'm checking out all the games and I see the Dark Pictures Trilogy there. The Dark Pictures Trilogy is, if you don't know, a 3-part horror series of games that can be played solo, co-op, or with up to 4 people. The titles are called Man of Medan, Little Hope, and House of Ashes. First time I saw these games were on Radical Reggie's Pickups video, and I was very intrigued. I'm not big into horror games because, I'll be honest, I'm literally a chicken. I remember the last scary movie I saw was Paranormal Activity 3, and I slept with the lights on for a week after that movie. Which, now that I think about it, what were the lights supposed to do? I mean, if a ghost wanted to get me, would they just look at the light and say, forget about it, dude's got a light on? Why did I just give my ghost a New York City accent, and a bad New York City accent at that? Anyways, I don't do well with scary, but Radical Reggie had me convinced. So nights of no sleep it is as I walk up to the nice man at the counter. See, I saw 3 empty cases for all 3 titles, and I asked him, do you have all 3 used? The first 2 games were $18.99 pre-owned, and the other one was said $29.99 new. So the nice gentleman, and I keep saying nice because honestly he was extremely nice the whole time, even though I was about to unload my feelings upon him about GameStop's company policies. So the nice gentleman tells me he only has the 2 games pre-owned. House of Ashes was new, and that's it. I thought nothing of what he mentioned and said, okay. So I grab another game for $19.99, and I grabbed the 2 pre-owned cases, and I asked him for House of Ashes new as well. Now, I didn't bring that case up to the front because I thought it was just a display case, and usually new games are sealed. So when I get to the counter, he says, oh, I was hoping you brought that case up to the front too. So I said, no, because I thought it was for display since it's a new game. He then kindly tells me that it's actually new, but it's the last one. So because they have no others to display, they open the game and have it in a sleeve under the counter and leave the case for display, but still sell it as new. Now, right now, I know a lot of you are turning red with anger and are wanting to burn GameStop to the ground. And believe me when I say that, in that particular moment, I was fuming. Now, I'm a pretty mellow guy as I've gotten older, and I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, so I have learned some patience, but I was mad. I immediately said, well, this is not a new game if it's open. I don't care if the game hasn't been touched or played. It's not sealed anymore. This is really not an acceptable policy. And the funny thing is, I didn't even care to keep the game sealed, nor was I going to keep it sealed. But in the moment, I was fighting for all the people out there that buy games and just never open them. I was the William Wallace of sealed game collectors that want to save games for 30 years, get them graded, buy their yachts, and retire. Actually, it was just the principle, but just sounds better when you add William Wallace in there. Anyways, the nice man at the counter explains to me that he doesn't agree with this policy either, or other policies, but no one ever listens to someone like him. I apologized, and I said in no way was I upset with him, and that I understand he just works for stupid people who obviously are out of touch with what's going on in the gaming world right now. He agreed, we shared a laugh, and I bought the game anyways, because like I said, I intend on playing it, so I'm fine with that. Now, my gripe with GameStop is, how can someone in charge make a decision to have a policy like that? With all the news about sealed games and all the frenzy of that, how can someone in their right mind make a decision that will alienate people like that? The funny thing is, if you buy an open game as new and take that anywhere or tried to sell it, no one, and I mean no one, would buy it as new. It's now officially CIB, or complete in box, for those of you guys that don't know what CIB is and what it means. And also, who's to say that they just sell off games that are traded in but look unplayed or in great condition and just pass them off as new? It's just a really bad idea. It's bad business practice, and also a reason why GameStop is just not doing well right now and probably will end up closing down for good one day. Now, I would not want to see that happen because, like I said, I go there for the great deals when they have them, and I picked up 4 great games that day. But this sort of practice needs to be addressed, and whoever is making these types of dumb decisions should just be let go for being dumb as a rock and also out of touch with reality and their customer base. That's just my opinion on this. So after hearing my story, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. How would you have handled that situation? What do you think of that weird policy of selling an open game as new? And what do you think we can do to make it be known to GameStop that this is bad for business and eventually could ruin them? Please feel free to drop your comments below. And once again, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you on the next video. As always, happy gaming.